This
your
conference
three.
will now be recorded.
So this is your 3 projects. They're probably the quickest projects on the face of the earth. And all they are is just stitching down either the cork board or the calendar or the little note ones. And so all you're going to do is each piece of your fabric, so you got one for each one, and I did use the same fabric, and I think you have the same fabric in your kits. You're going to cut those 3 pieces out, and you're going to back them with your underlay first, and then you're going to put on, I've lost my glasses, and then you're going to put on your you're going to fuse on your bold tearaway. And then I did go ahead and just put it into my metal hoop again because it works great for this. You're just going to draw your center lines on your piece, and then you're going to stitch a placement line. And if you do the cork board first, you're going to stitch a placement line, and then take your tape and put your tape on the wrong side of the cork around the edges, and then you're going to stick that into the hoop. And just remember, don't press right on the cork. In the same way with the chalkboard, you don't want to press with the iron onto your chalkboard because it won't be good. So then the last thing it's going to do is just stitch around your outline to hold the cork in place, and then it's going to do the word things. Now, in the case of the things, I wasn't worried about the trim commands because the letters, they do all connect to each other. So I wasn't worried about the trim commands on the things ones. Then when you get done, I just took and bought 3 of the same size frames, and I centered my design on the front, and then just fold it back around the back and fold your corners like you're mitering a quilt corner. And then I taped it down with my pink tape and took a heavy duty stapler and just stapled it in place. So that's all there was to this one. Okay.
And it's all done in the hoop, that one it looks like, right?
Yep, it's all done in the hoop.
And everything. Okay, that's great. Okay, thanks.
Yep, it's all, yep. And then it's pretty much the same thing with the notes one. But you do have the carrier sheet on the chalkboard, on the chalkboard vinyl.
Yeah, I learned that last time. I didn't take it off, and then I couldn't figure out why I couldn't write on it. So.
Oh, okay.
So you do have to take it off.
Yeah. So you are going to press that down, but you have to cover it, and it goes all side down. So that one was kind of weird to figure out which side was the right side too. So yeah. Try to split it up in the corner of the vinyl so you can tell which side you want to be in which direction. This one, same way, not too much trouble because the letters are pretty much connected. And they're not teeny tiny. So I wasn't worried about the trim commands on that one. And then the same one, repeat, and you can see I left some pink tape on there for fun, just so you could know I used it. I think these are really cute. And then this is the one that's like a little calendar, but they're very small. Maybe you could track if you track the days you sewed or something. I don't know. Or you put a check mark in there if you drank your 6 glasses of water. Right?
Instead of your 6 glasses of wine. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Well, you can have another one for the wine. Yes. And then this has a freestanding flower on it. So I know you guys have done this. You're going to hoop up your organza that should be in your kit and 1 piece of Rinse-Away. You know me, I probably use 2 pieces of Rinse-Away just because. And then you're going to do the flowers, and you can put it on whichever one of these you want, but it's enough to make it look really cute. I was going to try to do a couple more, but you know how it is with time, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cute, really simple. I think the hardest part is probably getting the staple to go into the wood. But other than that, pretty simple. And you are going to put your rins away on top of this chalkboard when you stitch it. And you will have fun picking out those, just so you know. It'll be fun.
Good,
And
good.
that's all there is.
Okay, it looks pretty easy.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys know if you have your heat tool, you can burn it. If you don't have a heat tool, you can cut it with your scissors.
But don't use the embellished thread with the heat tool, right?
Correct. You want to use rayon threads. And the other thing is, if you're going to use a heat tool, make sure your bobbin is a cotton bobbin and not a polyester bobbin.
Okay,
So
thank you.
that's one thing you have to watch on your pre-wounds.
Why would that be?
Because it'll melt. It'll make a mess. It'll burn. It'll turn black.
So cotton in your bobbin, poly in your top.
No rayon, no
Rayon.
poly.
Rayon, yeah.
Yeah. Because it will burn. And probably Lee and I can both tell you how we know.
Yeah, and that Jenny Haskins is rayon, is polyester like the embellish, right?
No, the Jenny is rayon.
Is
So
rayon.
Okay,
yes.
that's good to know. Okay.
Yes,
I
the
didn't
Jenny
realize
is
that.
rayon.
Of course,
So actually, I do have to tell you that I use the matte thread, so I kind of
really
cut it with
careful.
scissors. I didn't
Okay.
use the tool because I wanted to use the matte thread.
Okay, Kippy, so the matte thread is
Right,
polyester.
I got it.
And then, but the Robinson Antone that Carol sells in the shop is rayon.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So you can use the heat tool on those.
Okay, and I have my
Jenny
zillions of rayon
Yeah.
Jenny Haskins that are 10 years old, but I'm sure they still work.
They're not
They're
10 years
still-
old. We've only been doing this 7 years, Kippy.
Oh, 7 years. Okay. So it's 7 years old.
It's like the commercial where Derek Jeter asked the little girl how long was she dreaming about playing baseball, and she's like 4, and she goes, for 7 years now.
It's
really
born,
cute.
right?
Yeah, it's really cute.
You're so fat. You're so quick, Carol.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, good. Well, that sounds like a plan.
And here's Julie.
Oh, now
Here's
Julie's
Julie. So does Kip, I'll go back over it here with Julie, see what she's working on. Do you guys have any questions?
No, I
thank
think
you.
I'm good.
Yep, I think I'm gonna go, Carol.
Okay.
Say hi to
All
Julie.
right.
Hi, Julie.
Okay, so next week I think I do have to do the class. I think I changed it till 1 or 1:30 for the next couple weeks because I have to do a class in the store.
Right.
Okay.
Let's look and see what next week is. What is next week? I actually have a doctor's appointment next week, so I'm not going to be able to do it anyway.
Okay. Okay. Next
Let's
week
see.
is the
Tray
farmer's
liner.
the tray liner.
Yeah, so I can skip that one.
Okay. All right.
So don't do it for me because I know I won't be able to be there next week.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So Carol, are
All
we
right,
working
Lydia.
on the Blackboard little board, memo board things today, or?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to go,
Yeah.
Carol. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Straightforward, aren't they?
So these are the ones we're doing today.
Okay.
And it's pretty simple. You're going to put your underlay on your background fabric, and then you're going to fuse some tearaway to your background fabric.
Okay.
And then just kind of find close to the center.
Uh-huh.
And well, I showed them the cork board first. And
Uh-huh.
you're going to go ahead and it's going to do a plate. You can cut your piece of cork, and then
Uh-huh.
you can put your perfection tape on the back of it to stick
Okay.
it and hold it in place.
Uh-huh.
The white stuff that you pull away one side of it, and then all it's going to do is a tack down and the word there. That's it.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. And then the back, you're going to, when you get done, just kind of center it over the frame, fold it back like a package or mitering the corners on a quilt and staple it in, and you're done.
Okay.
So the main thing on these is make sure that you don't get your iron on the cork directly.
Uh-huh.
You have to have a press sheet or something.
Okay.
And then the same way on this. When you fuse this down, it's going to have its carrier sheet.
Mhm.
And then when you're done, you'll pull it away and then
Okay.
make sure you take your shiny paper off. Liz, Lee didn't take her carrier sheet off this, so when she went to write on it, it wouldn't write.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. So then on the calendar one, you have some freestanding flowers,
Okay.
kind of, sort of like the ones we did on the bike and the that spring bouquet and the wooden
Right.
hoop.
Uh-huh.
But what you're going to do is you're going to put your organza and your rinsaway in the hoop,
Uh-huh.
and then stitch those out. And then you can burn them with your heat tool, or you can just cut it with your scissors, and then it glues on there.
Perfect. Gotcha. That seems pretty simple. I think I'm good
Yeah,
at my own.
yeah, they're really good. Really quick,
Yeah.
really easy.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think that I'm good then to just work on my own.
Okay, if you have a question, just give me a holler.
I sure will. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.